What's up, guys? It's Chris here to talk about next weekend's WBA Heavyweight Championship fight going down in Germany between Nikolay Valuev and David the Haymaker Haye. If you don't know the music in the background, old school song, Ain't No Stopping Us Now. David Haye has walked after this song, entrance music before, and I think it's going to be fitting because I don't think there was going to be stopping him in this fight. Also, in Germany, they have, or over there in Europe in general, for the big fights, they have these very elaborate entrances and, pre-fight theatrics, which I think are pretty damn entertaining, They don't do that over here in the States really too much. Not to the extent that they do them over there. And I could just see David Haye walking out to this song. He's a very charismatic fighter. I see him walking out having a good entrance. So I'm even looking forward to that before the fight even starts itself. Anyways, in regards to the fight, there's a few different factors going into this, most notably the size difference. I mean, goes without saying that Nikolay Valuev has a huge size advantage. But first up, let's get to the fighters themselves. Nikolay Valuev, record 50 wins, 1 defeat, 34 knockouts, stands at a 7 feet tall with an 85-inch reach. Coming off the majority decision over Holyfield, before that split decision over John Ruiz. I can say proudly that I didn't see the Ruiz fight. Not proudly, I mean, no disrespect to those guys, but I'm not a fan of either of their styles, and I definitely don't want to see them fight one another. Valuev's most recent fight, a majority decision over Holyfield. It's funny, when that fight was made last year, I made a prediction video saying I just hope that Holyfield didn't get seriously hurt or injured. Not that I think Valuev's like a killer in the ring or anything like a Vitaly Klitschko, for example, but I just thought with Holyfield's age and the size difference and whatnot that Holyfield could be in real trouble. Didn't turn out to be the case. Anyone who saw that fight, at least myself personally, well, anyone who saw it knows that Holyfield was never really in trouble in the fight. But regards to the decision, I had Holyfield winning the fight. I believe he was robbed of the decision. I think that he won the fight. I think he outpointed him. He outboxed Valuev. He outquicked him for that doesn't bode well for Valuev in this fight that he got outquicked by a 45, 46-year-old Evander Holyfield. But Holyfield, he didn't do a lot in that fight. He didn't throw, neither fighter had a lot of punches and not a lot of output. But I definitely think that Holyfield landed more punches and was just more effective. But the fight was in Switzerland, and Holyfield got screwed out of a decision. And he got screwed out of a rematch, apparently, because it hasn't happened. What are you going to do, right? It's politics of boxing. Moving on. Former undisputed cruiserweight champion David Haye. Record 22 wins, 1 defeat, 21 knockouts. Stands at 6'3" with a 78-inch reach. Coming off the 5th round TKO over Monty Barrett in a heavyweight fight. Before that, he had the 2nd round annihilation of Enzo Maccarinelli, where he unified the cruiserweight titles. The Barrett fight was kind of a slop fest, but Haye took him out. I believe it was only his 2nd or maybe 3rd fight at heavyweight. His first for moving up there permanently. Barrett's kind of just like a gatekeeper. Valuev has fought him in the past as well. He fought him on HBO and pretty much handled him pretty easily as well. So not too much to take out of that fight going into this fight. This fight, they say speed kills in boxing, and I think that's going to be the case. Speed and movement. Valuev, like I said, has a huge size advantage. I mean, he's 7 inches taller, 7-8 inch reach advantage, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I mean, Holyfield was able to, like I say, outbox Valuev despite the huge size and reach difference. Just used a lot of movement, didn't stay in one place, moved in and out well, or as well as Holyfield can at this stage of his career, and circled around the ring a lot. And Valuev just wasn't able to catch him or put hands on him solidly. I know Valuev said that he was ill or wasn't feeling his best going into that fight, but no excuses in my opinion in that fight. Holyfield clearly just did better of the two. So David Haye, I think, is just going to capitalize on that game plan. Just took the blueprint that Holyfield laid out and capitalized on it to a much more successful degree. Because Haye is much faster than Holyfield at this stage of his career. Got more power. Haye doesn't have the best chin. But Valuev never really landed anything solid on Holyfield. Valuev doesn't have knockout power anyway, Granted, he's a big man. Anyone could be knocked out in a heavyweight fight or in any fight for that matter. But I just don't think Valuev has the speed or power to catch up with Haye. And knock him out. Not saying it can't happen, but I just don't see it happening personally. I think Haye's just going to take it easy in the early rounds. Like I said, outbox him, move in and out, move around the ring, just stay in the center of the ring, never really get against the ropes. Just pretty much outclass him in all honesty in a boxing match. Valuev is probably trying to use that telephone pole jab he has, but I just don't know how effective it's going to be. I think he's going to throw it out there. And I just think that, he's been out of the ring for a while, too. That Holyfield fight was a while ago. Valuev's 36 years old. He's slow as is. Those factors aren't going to help him. He's going to have ring rust. You don't exactly get faster with age. So, I don't really think he's going to be able to put much hands on David Haye at all. I think it's almost going to be a whitewash of a fight. Do I think David Haye's going to be able to stop him? I don't know. I think he's definitely going to be able to chop him up. Not necessarily meaning cut up his face or anything, but just lace him up with the punches. Just land a lot of punches. I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to be like a guy in the gym hitting a heavy bag, but if it does turn out looking like that, I will not be surprised by any stretch. I think, and David Haye's got some pretty good power as well. I don't know how that's going to translate to heavyweight. Like I said, the Monty Barrett fight, you can't really read too much into that, but and Valuev's never been knocked out. I don't even think the guy's been knocked down. I may be wrong about that. If I am, forgive the mistake. But I do think that Haye could pile up enough points or enough damage over time, and maybe wear Valuev out and go for a KO late. I know he may be taking a risk if he does that, but you might be taking a bigger risk if you let it go to the cards. I mean, like I said, I thought Holyfield soundly outboxed Valuev, and he didn't get the decision. So maybe David Haye thinks, especially since they're fighting in Germany, where Valuev fights out of, I got to really put the stamp down and end this emphatically. I don't want to go to scorecards because you could win 8-4, 9-3. You could win 11-12 rounds in your eyes, but doesn't mean the judges are going to see it that way because sometimes with these judges, I think they filled out their scorecards ahead of time. I don't know what's going on there, but I definitely think David Haye's going to win this fight by decision or late stoppage. I mean, if I was him and I was in control of the fight that much, I probably would go for a late stoppage just to make sure I don't take any chances with the judges. Real quick about David Haye. I know a lot of people don't like him, don't like the way he went about making this fight. He had fights scheduled with both Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko first. Pulled out the Vladimir one was supposedly with the back injury. The Vitaly one, I don't even know what went on there. A lot of people are saying he's a chicken. I really don't care. The bottom line is this man is a smart marketer. He had fights with those guys scheduled. More than likely, I believe as do most that he would have lost both those fights. Somehow he was able to angle those fights, or those canceled fights, into a shot at the heavyweight title against Nikolay Valuev. He didn't do anything to earn this title shot. He just did it by making fights, by talking the talk, and making those fights and gaining interest in his name in the heavyweight division. And now he's going to fight a guy that should be the favorite to beat. He probably wasn't going to beat either of the Klitschkos, but now he's fighting a guy that he could probably beat and win a heavyweight title in the process. Thus, if he does decide to fight any of the Klitschkos later, or if they even will want to fight him after what happened prior, he'll have a heavyweight title himself. So it'll be a bigger bout financially for all parties involved, and it'll just be a bigger fight in general. So, but either way, he's he's not guaranteed, but if he wins this fight, he's definitely going to win a heavyweight title, which is what he's after. So, I can't really fault the man. Maybe I don't respect what he did there, but the man did what was in his best interest in the long run. I mean, granted, if he wins this fight, if he doesn't, then he's really going to look like a sucker. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he's going to win this fight. Let's just hope the decision is just if he does. Anyways, that's pretty much it, man. Like always, check out the website, thewillbebloodfightshow.com. Also, our partners at iStandandFight.com. I'll put links over here in the information part of the screen as always. I've been trying to write more articles over there and whatnot. Also, check out the radio show this Thursday, 5 o'clock. Also, we have a show on Friday as well, 5. We've been doing that lately, having shows 2 nights a week. A lot of content to cover, a lot of guests coming on. Make sure you check out last week's show with Glenn Johnson, man. Really good interview. Good show overall. We had some other people that have YouTube channels on here call in. Ashley Knuckles, Dragonstyle 619, the boxing historian, Ride or Die from Guard Your Grill. So, it's good to get all these other guys with other channels on here as well, calling in and contributing to the show. Anyone is always welcome to call in, and try to get on and just give your input. And, if we have time to ask a question to the fighters or the guests as well. I'm not for sure who the guests are this week. I'll try to get that up on the screen later on when I find out, but just make sure and check all that stuff out and support. We definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. And I'll probably be back. I don't know if I'll be back the day after this fight, talk about it or not. It depends because there's a lot of stuff going on that weekend. But Hopefully I will. If not, maybe I'll come back later that day if it happens early. But till next time, y'all, I'm out.